Hi, I'm Louise. I have to tell you about the most recent example of telepathy that came up just this last week. A really fun example. I was getting ready to go for an interview down at the local college where they may want me to teach a course on intuition. So I put on this sweater and my usual silver earrings, and at the last minute, just before going out the door, I decided to put these on that match the sweater quite well, but I hadn't pulled these out for several years. So I went on to the interview, and in the course of talking with the administrator sitting at her desk, I gave the most generic interpretation of my work, and I directed her to my website to look at the topics that I hope to cover in the upcoming online intuition series, Intuition Advancement Series. So she's looking down the list and she says, telepathy. She's from England. She says, telepathy. And she says, can you tell me about telepathy? So I pointed out to her, I gave her a brief orientation, at least my spin on telepathy. Then I pointed out to her that our earrings matched almost exactly. Same color, same little dangly things. And I said, I haven't worn these in years. Do you see how we are matched? She said, yes. Well, I proceeded to explain to her how our thought stream, our energy, heads out before our physical body can catch up with it. So in a sense, we get there before we get there. Whenever I find myself changing my clothes or something about what I'm wearing last minute before I go meet with a client, this would happen a lot in New York, I'm already merging with the person's consciousness that I'm about to meet. So my thought streaming consciousness goes out and merges before my physical self catches up. So I explained to her how, we'd sort of called ahead to coordinate our earrings that morning. I remember years ago chatting with a fellow who understood a generic version of my work, and he said, well, I must have reincarnated very quickly, because when I first went to Hearst Castle in California, I knew what was in every room before I got there. And I said, well, that would have been a pretty fast return, but chances are your etheric self got there, your light body got there before your physical self caught up with you. So I think that's also my version of deja vu. We have the feeling that we've been there before because we have. Our light body, our etheric self, our thought stream traveled out before our physical self caught up with it. Anyway, it was just a really fun example that occurred just this last week, and I wanted to share it with you. Much love.